Who is the greatest rapper of all time in Nigeria? This is probably one of my wildest content I have ever created. Warning, this list might be a bit polarizing and dividing for you if you started listening to Nigerian rap last night. But look, it's a risk and I'm taking it. Let's go. Number 10. Idris Abdul Karim. Look, say whatever you want, but Idris Abdul Karim was literally the face of rap and hip hop in Nigeria in the early 2000s. He made people want to listen to rap verses, even when some of his raps and verses might have been, mumble rap at the time. You need to understand that most of the times, the best rappers that push the culture do not necessarily have to have the greatest verses. Sometimes all they need is to have the biggest impact. Idris is the guy. Now, for number 9, let's look at who makes the number 9 position. Number 9, Nato C and Ikechukwu, Jesse Jags, and Ice Prince. These guys make the number 9 spot. See, I put all these guys in one spot because they attempted to do something with rap at the time they came. Many of us like comparing the new with the old, but these guys did their best, to be honest. Destiny happened, so no matter how much you try to push rap at the time, I doubt you could have done it better than these guys at their prime. They attempted to promote a Nigerianized version of American hip hop, and they had a massive audience for it. They spat trendy and catchy phrases and bars. They ensured their rap was mainstream and relatable as possible to the young Nigerian listener. Look, and these guys, you know what? They pushed their rap heavily with lifestyle. For example, Nitosi and Ikechukwu, they came up with WFA, World Famous Academy. Nitosi's Skinny Big Deal was like something we've never seen before. You know my P, my name is Ikechukwu. And even Ikechukwu in his Mohit era with songs like Wine I'm Well, Like You, and many other great songs you never knew were pushed by rap artists. And on the Chalk Boys, we need to speak more of their impact as well, the Chalk guys, I really want to know why Ice Prince is treated like, one Afro-pop musicians. You guys tend to forget that dude gave you guys some of the most memorable rap verses of all time in Nigerian hip-hop. I have seen some of his interviews, and I noticed he barely wants people to give him credit. Maybe this is why he's sitting on the spot, but Ice Prince remains a very important rapper in Nigeria's hip-hop scene. The very remarkable Jesse Jags, on the other hand, is on this spot because he's an example of what a great rapper in Nigeria can be if he tries. He's a symbol of possibilities. Why? See, Jesse Jags showed us a hint of his might and power on a few songs and disappeared. But those memories were worth the while, and many rap purists will still, have that nostalgia till today, just by remembering some of his bars and his famous verses like "His highness flying is so evident, my flow sicker than my president." I don't know what happened to Jesse Jags' potential as a rapper, you get. Maybe he wanted to explore that part of himself as an artist. But see, his era will live with us for a very, very long time. Now let's go number 8. Who makes number 8? Ladies and gentlemen, make it up for the late Da Green, the legendary Da Green. Look, Da Green is almost like our very own rapper who became legend and myth. And it's sad that he doesn't get enough memorial hype, He doesn't get enough memorial hype around his legacies. So you see, I shake my head when hip-hop fans try to badmouth rap in Nigeria as if they consume it enough for investors to find it profitable. But this is not an excuse regardless. Da Green's impact converted rap in Nigeria to its fullest potential. It promoted the indigenous versions of rap, which we all enjoy today. All Da Green had to do was spit hard in Yoruba and English. Even though he wasn't the first to do it, he made it very fly and relatable to the streets. For the first time, besides Nato C, Da Green was one of the first rappers who had a very serious cult following in Nigeria. See, everyone listened to him, although the streets found him more appealing. Maybe rap promoters are really thinking rap had to be American. Personally, if rap would ever be commercial and successful in Nigeria today, it has to adopt the Da Green template. Olamide, Lil Kelsh, and the whole YBNL crew, and even the success of Fino and Zoro are strong proofs. See, hip-hop has always had the street consciousness. In Nigeria, the street is not available in the rhymes you spit while chilling in Lekki, to be honest. They happen live and direct in some hood and ghetto on the mainland. So maybe rap isn't very successful yet because we are still pushing the American version. Besides, cultures are upheld by promoters and influencers. We need to stop the consumerist culture of just hopping on the most trendy verses, the most trendy genres, you get me, and leaving the existing ones. And if you guys get, to die, we can't leave the existing ones to die because we're looking for the new thing. We can still develop and keep nurturing all our existing genres while staying open to the new. Rap in Nigeria is suffering our consumerist and zero production mindsets as well. You can see it. We can't just keep consuming. And my piano comes, hop on it. We need to push the existing ones as well. Number 7, Black Bones and Odumodu Black. You see, Black Bones and Odumodu Black are here for a reason. Are there new generation rappers better than them? Maybe. Rap can be very subjective, but we need to understand the difference between creativity and creative impact. While these two guys may have had rappers better than them, the truth is we know more about these guys because of their promotional efforts and their resolution to keep claiming rap titles in industries. Even, in an industry where everyone needs to go Afro-pop to eat, these guys still stayed. They may be pop and mainstream here and there, you get me, but that they still choose to show up to rap songs and keep pushing the rap conversation, to be honest, is commendable. Their reality is one where a Whiskey can wake up one day and say they are not great rappers in Nigeria. What do you want them to do? So to keep the rap conversation alive, you can see these guys tapping into the commercial strength of Afrobeat while they are still rapping, you get me? So say whatever you want to say. These guys, they need to eat. Odumodu tapped into drill and took it entirely to a street level. The audience remains a major market of what we must use to measure an artist's success. This is why Idris Karim will always be on the list of my goats, the greatest of all times. You see, Nigerian rap song doesn't need to be fully encoded with the best of bars and rhymes to go viral. If we can have people like Leon Pump, Gucci Gang rap song, or Designers Panda, or even people like 21 Savage, then come on, Odumodu, Idris Karim can be on our list as well. Then number 6, Idris and Phyno. Look here, guys. You see, Idris and Phyno, they have always, Idris has always been that OG from the very beginning with his thoroughbred crew. But why put him beside Phyno, you may ask? Okay, both of them were instrumental to an interesting experimentation of rap, the Igbo rap conversation. Do you get me? Idris and Phyno may not have started this trend, because there was already Mr. Raw, there was already Slow Dog and the rest of these guys. These guys took rap to an impressive level in indigenous language. I also put them together because Idris also gave Phyno the opportunity to produce and also the morale to go beast mode. Idris literally rapped over a derogatory beats, forcing the street to pay attention to rap at least for once. Phyno paired with Olamide over ghost mode, and the street had to listen. I love how these guys, they fuse the elements of different cultures to stimulate audience appeal. So guys, these guys, Phyno and Idris have my number 6. For my number 5, I am pushing Olamide and Reminisce.
Oh, I'm all by myself.
These guys, Olamide and Reminisce, they will always be one of my favorite rappers, especially Reminisce. Point of correction, I'm not even saying best rapper in Yoruba, I'm saying best rapper, Reminisce. I paired these guys together because they took rap, especially indigenous rap, to a whole new level. I repeat, if Nigerian rap has to be sustainably profitable, it cannot be solely delivered in American English. These guys brought the rap culture, delivered it in Yoruba, and created the Ibile movement. In fact, they made it cool to rap in your language, in your mother tongue. So this was just after the cool boys of Chocolate City like Ice Prince and Co. They ruled the nation with their phonetic rap, phone rap. Many of you don't even know that Ice Prince won a BET award, for his efforts at that time. So you guys should give that guy credit. But you see, Olamide and Reminisce, they came in really hard and they were not mediocre with their flows at all. Punchlines and storytelling was on point. They were so prolific, guys. Like, these guys were so prolific. So special, shout out to Reminisce. Especially, for me, he's real and he's a well-formed rapper, Reminisce. I just feel maybe he wants you guys to know that he's also ready to do what it takes, what it requires to be commercially successful. You get me? Reminisce caught my attention far back as, during his run with Jobless in One Chance, that track, and his book of rap stories. Even his Baba Afusa album slaps till this day, I hate to call what they do indigenous rap, actually. I don't like calling it indigenous rap because I think it tends to shrink their efforts. Bro, these guys did proper hip hop. Have you forgotten that song, Local Rappers? So, To be honest, these guys were the bomb. So they did proper hip hop to me. If hip hop needs to be in English to be called that, then see, we need to stay open minded enough, because you might be missing out a lot and you'll be doing yourself a great undoing as a listener if you think hip hop has to be available only in English for you to call it hip hop or rap. Number 4, Vector. You see, the very first time I heard this Vector guy, I was like, nice flow and accent. He reminded me of Jay-Z, to be honest, the very first time I heard about him. So, but this wasn't even enough until he jumped on Ice Prince's Really Cool and delivered an impressive freestyle over it. Look, Vector will always be one of Nigeria's most intelligent rappers. I love when rappers are well read and well versed, and also they have a great IQ. Vector might just be one of our most technical rappers as well, while being very commercial at it. At some point, Vector was very commercial. Look, I feel he's one of the rappers who had to stay original for a very long time. You can see he also pays for it, as he's sometimes even removed from conversations. But why? Vector gave us the luxury of quality alternative in an era where people were just listening to Jocklicity. He made us know rap could be more. He may not have had a bigger following at that time, but listeners knew that this guy is rhymed harder. This guy was rhyming very hard. He has more rap verses to his name than any other, who claim to be rappers today or best rappers. So, some of the guys will claim best rapper, and they end up in Afro pop. So to me, Vector, let's stop disrespecting him. And that is these tracks with MI at some point. I know it might have been a very poor calculated move. This is why I even believe that rappers should have strategies. I don't think MI can ever out-rap Vector, to be honest. But when it comes to knowing the market and understanding the Nigerian audience and what they like, you have to give it to MI. MI does rap at a different level. I even think it is at the commercial level. Even his response to Vector during their diss was a well-marketed and marketing calculated move. Vector dropped more than 2 tracks, in a rush and things. MI took time, dropped, one with proper timing. So if you look closely and study their technical abilities, even Vector had one trending long freestyle on radio that was over 1 hour, but it didn't even get enough attention and publicity. See, Vector is the more superior rapper to me. MI understands the rap business, yes. So he is the fan favorite, but thankfully there are grown men now who understand that you're just sport, when they were beefing. So shout out to them, by the way. So you watching this content at this point, it says something about you and your taste. You're smart and very open-minded. So why not hit the subscribe button and like button so we can, keep doing this together. Trust me, this thing you're about to do, it helps us grow a whole lot more than you can ever imagine. Now, who is on my number 3?
Don't let my dance tracks misguide you. I'm a double-edged sword that won't hesitate to slash.
Rugged Man. Yes, Rugged Man is my number 3 on this list. You see, this list might be very funny, but I'm sure you have gotten a proper understanding of the metrics I'm using by now. Impact is the metrics. Look, you can't talk greatness, and leave the metrics of impact. Rugged Man to me was almost like the Vector of his time when Idris was really big. And then he became the MI of his time when he was the big thing and, Modenine was coming from nowhere to finish him, you get me? So you see, the significance of Rugged Man is important to our rap culture because he made it essential that our rappers were genuine, that our rappers could communicate and compete with their foreign counterparts. You can't just be dropping anything because you feel that Nigerians don't know so much about rap. And that was what Rugged Man was trying to avoid. At the time, commercial heavyweights then was Idris Abdul Karim. He dominated a lot of his songs, which were making airwaves with mumble rap, to be honest. Most of the raps were never very coherent. The rap versus Idris was dropping then. So, but fans did not really care. His hooks were very catchy and they were dance club ready songs. So people didn't really care as far as his verses, his hooks were coherent. Nobody cared. So you heard lots and lots of mumble rap and Idris really got a pass for a lot of it. People just gave him a pass. Until Rugged Man just showed up from nowhere and started picking out the errors. For the very first time, a few segments of the listeners were beginning to pay attention. So, are you saying Idris wasn't rapping? Well, to be honest, Rugged Man made it possible for Idris to sit up and come up with better lyrics because Rugged Man was really rugged with his diss tracks, calling out Idris and anything he perceived jeopardizing to our hip hop. But you see, Rugged Man was more than that actually. For me, he was also the first coherent rapper who went commercial. We could hear him clearly. He didn't have to dumb down his rhymes and lyrics to appeal to the audience. And for me, I think he was also able to rule the dance clubs with his hits like Baraje, you get me? So look at the dude 2 decades later. Rugged Man is still very relevant to our rap conversation. We always need someone to checkmate the industry powers. At some point, he and Modenine even had it coming as well. 2 superior rappers going at each other, and it was really cool to see that in our rap culture. No matter how much you guys look at it, healthy competition actually helps us evolve. Now, for my number 2.
Mic loaded, spit a verse and make sure we spaz mode. Hey yo Terry, you got the mic loaded, spit a verse and make sure it's spaz mode.
Modenine and Terry, the rap man. Now, who says you need to go all mainstream to be accepted? Many people try to disrespect Modenine or people like Terry the rap man, but they forget that there was a time these guys were the ish, Modenine was played on Channel O. His song Cry was like a very superior rap song. He and other wordy mentions like Terry the rap man and Overdose, they were hitting up the headies and take casting away awards, lyricists on the roll and things like that. So to me, I think these guys, they took rap to a high IQ venture, you get me? Lyricism, properly composed lyrics with intelligent punchlines and metaphors. You will know that these guys were intellectuals. These guys were intelligent. And for me, the men of gold should always rule society. I believe intelligent people should rule society. I don't believe in a society where only materialism should be the measure and validation for success. Modenine and his peers started a wave of intelligent rap that fed the likes of, MI and even checkmated Rugged Man. Modenine will forever be in the rap conversation, whether people try to wash it down with mediocrity. I refuse that. Elite lyricism and poetry and spoken word will always be the higher version of what rap should aspire to be. So whether you guys try to make it commercial or whatever, our rap narratives must be forged by intelligent minds and not mediocres. So please, words are seeds. You guys should not water down Modenine's investments in hip hop, in our kind of hip hop, please. This is an intelligent mind. Now,
yo, back with a banger.
Yeah. You guys already know number 1, MI. Now you see, this guy, he's here for a reason. He's prime MI is the reason why MI is number 1 in Nigeria. See, MI will always be the greatest rapper of all time in Nigeria for the amount of incredible work he put in his prime. See, this was like a working machine. Firstly, he was able to play 2 sides. The commercial rap MI Abaga and the illegal music MI Jesse Jaga brother. See, my secondary school years were filled with students listening to MI for long break or during long breaks, you get me? His version of Mogbono Feli Feli by the band, that song was viral in all classrooms. And his album, Talk About It, that album was an experimentation of rap with Afro-pop songs and high life. See, look, it takes a genius mind to craft and forge the kind of artistic legacy MI has left in the Nigerian rap scene and also entertainment industry. For me, he is for me a fusion of Jay-Z and Nas. MI was working so hard that he dropped his illegal music mixtape back to back in his prime. These were like his freestyle covers of popular American songs back then. He's great, he's great right now because I'm yet to see someone who hacks the rap the way Chocolate City did in collaboration with MI Abaga. See, Nigerians didn't know that as they sang his hit single, with Flavor, that they were unknowingly reaffirming MI's everlasting hold on their mind as the greatest, as Africa's number 1 rapper in their subconscious, to be honest. See, it's more than 15 years, and guess who's African number 1 rapper to date? Look, when we allow the great minds champion innovation in our industries and society, we see that money becomes a good tool for progress instead of a master. Money becomes a tool for prosperity. See, God bless MI and his legacy. His song, that song, You Rapper Should Fix Up Your Life. It might have been a great song at that time, but it hurts a lot of things as it reinforced the claim that rappers in Nigeria were not trying hard enough. So you see, this is still something that backfired on his own legacy. He himself, he didn't see that bullet coming. He would like shot himself in the foot because that single song gave everyone the effrontery to just call Nigerian rappers whatever they like. I mean, if MI, one of the gatekeepers of rap, doesn't rate them very well, who will? What we can see is he's trying to fix it up with the several cyphers and rap collaborations, and even dropping a new album and things like that. So for me, MI remains the greatest of all time. Shout out to other great rappers and those I may not have mentioned. Now guys, respectfully, do you think I missed out anyone? Please leave a nice comment. Let's have a conversation about it. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.